Hello, and welcome to Coffee with Lyman. Today, what I'd like to... I can't resist. Heaven in a cup. Today, what I want to talk to you about is exercise. Exercising. How to take care of yourself. Because the things you do when you're young will be there to shake your hand when you're old. You do things that hurt yourself, that hurt your life. When you're young, you're going to suffer for those when you're old. The good things you do for yourself, for your body, for your finances, all that sort of thing, invest, save money. Those things are going to help you when you get older. So the wise thing is to try to do the right things throughout your life. There's moderation in everything. You don't want to go overboard and just be some crazy person who has no enjoyment in life whatsoever. They hoard every penny they get. They would never dream of eating anything that just tastes good for the sake of enjoying the taste of it. Things like that. They'll never take a trip because they'd have to spend money. They'd never go to a gym because, hey, I can do push-ups on the floor at home. Excuse me. Things like that. So moderation. You don't want too much. You don't want too little, right? You shouldn't be sitting at home eating chocolate and ice cream and fried chicken every night, right? Okay. But you shouldn't live a life where you absolutely refuse to ever touch them either, right? Okay, so the happy medium. Well, what my point is here is, about exercise is, take care of yourself throughout your life, okay? Now, when I was a kid, like I was in my early 20s, I was always, before I ever exercised with any weights, right? I really had nothing to do with exercising. I wasn't a fat kid. I wasn't a fat teenager, but I didn't do much for exercising. Well, then I got it in my head that, hey, I wanted to change my body. Have you ever heard of something called the keys to the universe? Well, I heard about that on the TV commercials, probably in the back of magazines. There were little books you could order and things like that. This is way before Amazon or the internet. And what they claimed you could do is keep yourself youthful and healthy and big and strong all your life until you're a very old man. But they didn't really go so deep into it. They told you the good parts, but not the bad. The good parts are, yes, it's true. If you exercise a muscle with more weight, say you can only pick that up 5 times, 5 repetitions, and then on the 6th repetition, you can't get it up anymore. Well, now you've taxed that muscle out, right? You've made it tired, it can't do more. Your brain knows that your body needs bigger muscles to do what you're doing. It needs more strength. More strength usually is going to require more muscle. So, I'm talking about men here. Testosterone. Men tend to get stronger, bigger muscles than women who have very small amounts of testosterone. It's a natural thing. Not that there aren't a lot of very big, strong, powerful women, but like a lot of the big, strong, powerful men, they take steroids to get that way. And steroids are a thing that are very unhealthy for you if you're taking them in that regards. If you go to the doctor and the doctor says you need some steroids for something, that's different. Okay, but steroids are very hard on your body in the form I'm talking about. Dianabol and all these up higher things. I never took any steroids, but I did exercise with weights. I got into that. And I wanted to get as massive, as huge as I could. That was my goal. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I wanted to at least one time go on a stage and perform, do my routine, you know, pose to music like the Eye of the Tiger, that sort of thing. That's what I practiced to. I wanted to do it at least one time, and I wasn't really worried about winning because I really never thought I would, or even place. But I didn't want to do it and be embarrassed how I looked up there. You know, people are booing or groaning or whatever because you look pathetic. I never did that. I got to a point where I probably could have taken a shot at and wouldn't have got booed off, but it was like it was a changing time in my life, and I just had kind of given up at the same time. So, didn't do it. Be nice to say I did now, but I didn't. Okay, so anyway, the muscles get bigger, but your joints wear out. You have cartilage in between where your forearm meets your upper arm, where all the knuckles in your hands, your hips, all these, every place you have a joint in your body, they are lined with cartilage. Well, the cartilage wears out. Now, you can take things like glycosamine. You can take those things and that helps to regenerate it, but you're probably not going to get that far with it. So it's a mistake to overdo the exercising. Now, I've done some over-exercising and am now paying the price for that. At my strongest, I could bench press. I wanted to be able to bench press 300 pounds. In the realm of bodybuilders, that's not a lot of weight. What did I get up to? 295. Bench press. You know, you lay on your back, push it up. That was the highest I ever got, was 295. Okay, and then there's the squats, where you got the bar across the back of your neck and you squat way down and then stand up with the weight behind you. I wanted to be able to squat 500 pounds. Not a big deal in the world of bodybuilding, but it was my goal. I got the 485. Okay. And then there's the deadlift, where I think my squats were like 450, somewhere's in there. The deadlift, where you simply squat down, but you grab the bar that's in front of you on the ground, and you stand up and pick it up, and you hold the bar in front of you with your arms straight down. I want to do 500 pounds on that also. 485. It was 485 I got. That's all the further I ever got. But I was muscular. I looked good. I looked like I was working out with weights. You could tell by looking at me. But anyways, you go to the gym for like an hour and a half and just work as hard as you can with those weights or anything you're doing. It could be whatever, but the weight resistance from the weight puts more stress on your joints, and that causes your cartilage to wear out faster. Yes, indeed, it's great for the muscles. The muscles thrive on that, and they do get bigger and stronger, and you get all pumped up and you feel so good. It's like a high. So it's too much of it. Now, if you're going to exercise and take care of yourself, that's what this video is relaying a message about, is don't hurt yourself when you're young. Work out with lighter weights. If you're going to run 5 miles every day, you're going to do some damage to yourself, right? But if you ran a much less amount 3 times a week, you'd probably do more good for your body. If you walked fast 3 times a week, that would probably even be better because you don't have the jarring on your body from running. Now, I was in the military for 22 years, and you have to run for physical fitness training in the mornings. That's all there is to it. You're going to do it or you're going to get out. Well, I did that for about the first, I guess it was 17 years. I was in for 22 years. For the first 17 years, I did all the running. But by that time, because I'm kind of a heavy person, I'm not really built for running, but I would max the PT test. I could run 2 miles in, I think it was 13 minutes, push-ups in 12 seconds. Something like that. That was the maximum for my age and being a male. It changes as you get older or if you're male or female. But for me, to get the max in a PT test, you get more points, you can get promoted faster. Same thing with push-ups and sit-ups. Now the PT test is a whole different animal, but when I was in, those were the big things. So of course I practiced them like crazy. But all that stuff wears you out. So I couldn't do the running anymore, so I had to get some special paperwork saying, hey, he's still a good soldier, he can do his job even though he can't run. So they gave me, I could walk a certain speed and distance instead of run. Or I could swim, or I could ride a bike, right, instead of running. But it's a big deal. A lot of people get kicked out because of that. But if you have a really good record, you can stay in with that problem. So anyways, that's what I did. But those things catch up with you when you get older, right? And that's what this video is about. It's really important. It's really important to take care of yourself. The food you eat, I'm lucky. My arteries aren't all plugged up with fat and such, but they could be. I'm just lucky that way. I tend to have low bad cholesterol and good high cholesterol. Okay, so here I am now, right? There's some photos in this video of me when I was about 27 years old. I was in my peak condition as a bodybuilder. I was never a professional bodybuilder, but I was trying to be. Never took any steroids, just took supplements, ate well, exercised as well as I could and all that. Now, that was me then. Here I am now, right? So we're talking about, what, 35 years ago? Something like that. And this is to point out to you that getting old ain't for sissies. Now, here I am. I have a naturally wide waist, even when I'm trim, right? Well, here you go. Not so trim. I can suck my gut in to some degree, but, you know, it's not good. Got the fat back here. Pretty lucky in here, you know, I never put on weight there. But anyway, now I still do exercise. During this pandemic over the last year, I haven't gone to a gym. Just started going again this week, as a matter of fact. No, last week. And during the downtime, that year of the pandemic, all I've done was exercise occasionally with some dumbbells I have at my home here. Now, I still got some muscle. You know, I can do this number here, like this, and, you know, try and get the traps up there. I can do this where you got some of the pecs going, shave and a haircut, 6 bits. I can still do those things. My legs, I really can't exercise them anymore because my knees are so bad. Apparently I've got arthritis in my knees, and starting to see a doctor about that soon. But my problem is I take in too many calories. I could exercise all day long, but if I ate as much as I'd like to because I'm hungry and don't eat the right foods, I'm going to be fat. And I know this, and I still eat the wrong foods, eat too much. I drink alcohol, I drink too much of that. That makes me hungrier. So not only the calories from the alcohol, but the calories I consume in whatever garbage food I eat afterwards because it makes me hungry when I drink. All those things. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clean up my act. I'm going to put an effort on it. And because I'm putting myself on the video here like this, I'm kind of obligated to stick to this, right? So I don't look quite so silly later when I get myself up in front of the camera again, okay? But I'm going to do it through less calories and more exercising. But the exercising really is to try to keep up the muscles on this old man. All right? That's me now. That's all I'm going to put out today, except that right now I weigh 219 pounds, and my right weight would be, according to the national charts, would be for an adult male, 6 feet tall, 72 inches, I should weigh no more than 184 pounds. So I would need to lose about 35 pounds. And I'd be pretty thrilled to get down to about 25 pounds less, 25 pounds. That'd put me in the range of, say, 190 to 195, but 219 now. So I got a lot of weight to lose, and that's what I intend to do. So thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye for now.